Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Practice Gratitude Success Show. I want to thank everybody for being here today. Chrissy, thank you so much for coming. Teri, Rosanne, thank you. Len, thank you for being here. People are coming in right now as we speak. Catherine, thank you for being here. I hope you're still here, Catherine. But anyways, today I've got two returning ladies. They've been here before, and we've seen one of them yesterday. We've seen Teri Miller was here yesterday. She's kind of a regular. She's going to be launching a new show tonight called Paul's Happiness Angels. And Rosanne and Teri, they co-authored a book called Time Heals. And I believe you ladies are working on another book, are you not?
Yes, we are.
Awesomeness. Well, I would love to hear more about the whole Time Heals thing. Now Teri she got sort of like a little sinus thing going on right now, so she probably won't be speaking as much. So we're going to put a lot of pressure on Rosanne today. Rosanne, thank you so much for coming here, and Teri, thank you so much for being here today. You're such a trooper, even with your sinus thing going on. So, but thank you so much. So, tell us about that book, because I don't think we touched on it a real lot last time, Rosanne. The last time you were here.
Well, thank you first of all for having me. I appreciate the opportunity to come back. And hello, everybody. Time Heals is a beautiful healing modality that works through our hands energetically as we work to heal other people. Teri and I and the other healers are the facilitators for the healing, meaning that the archangels and the ascended masters and healers work through us to provide healing to those who need it. And it's just such beautiful energy working with the angels every day. I just love it. I'm in love with it. I can't help it, though, but I guess I'm a little partial.
You're in good company, Karen.
Yeah.
And
so we're working on, Teri has been training some new facilitators recently, and I'm doing some training myself on some gals. And it's just moving right along. And we are working on a second part to that book, but we haven't had a lot of time to really dedicate as much lately as we'd like to. So we'll hopefully get it all figured out and get our schedule together.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. You're saying like you're so busy, you're training people. Now, how does it take to train somebody to do what you're doing?
What it is 5 consecutive sessions, and each, the first session or two may take 30 minutes or so, and then after that it kind of moves along a little bit more quickly. But it's 5 consecutive sessions that we work with each person to get them trained. And while we're providing healing to them, the angels and the masters and the healers are the ones that are actually attuning them to the energy, which is pretty awesome.
That is pretty amazing. I don't know if I mentioned it the last time you were on, but I was when I was in a hospital years ago, and they did like a healing on me, and it was just, they didn't touch me, but it was just with put their hands over me. They played really nice music, and it just totally put me to sleep, and I never felt better. I mean, it felt so good. And I actually had a healing from Teri as well, and that felt like unbelievably good. It just felt
before the first time I was on the show, just so that you could see what it was like and know from firsthand experience what it was like.
Yeah, it was. I totally felt. Then when I seen the video of what you did afterwards, I could tell. I remember like exactly the things that I was feeling. I felt like somebody someone was massaging my head, and I said, "Whoa, this really happening?" And it really was. And then when I seen you play the video back, I was like, "Oh my God, this is exactly what she was doing." It felt so cool.
That's the Archangel Michael energy when he works on our heads and necks and shoulders and all that. He's awesome.
That's pretty cool that you can do things like that. That energy exists,
I call that a spiritual massage. They come in and massage your shoulders.
Well, that's a good way to put it, isn't it? That's a really pretty good way to put it.
It's awesome. Really awesome energy to work with. It's just beautiful to wake up to that every day and to be able to self-heal ourselves and get grounded, and it just makes the day just go so much more beautifully. I don't know how else to explain it other than that it just starts the day off beautifully and everything just flows peacefully from there. And that's important to me, just to be in a place of peace and not have, any craziness going on.
Oh, it's amazing. And just everything that we do that's going to bring us towards feeling good is good. Like we just got off a phone call a few minutes ago with Angel Belichowski. We do a phone call every morning at 8 o'clock Pacific time. It's just 10 minutes, but it's a great way just to begin your day. Like Jackson Kelly, he does it. He does it on tomorrow. He'll be doing his call, and just to put yourself in that space. So whether it's a healing space or gratitude space, or you're just being inspired by somebody else who just has something wonderful to share with you, it's just so cool to put yourself in that surroundings that you surround yourself with.
And that sort of energy is very contagious. Absolutely.
It is.
I love it.
I did the call this morning. I don't get it every day. But something just told me to call this morning, and she was amazing.
Oh, wasn't she? Wasn't she?
I was writing down some of the things she was saying because
I write it down every day. I was writing things. I was writing things down here. I always put it on the computer every morning. I do that. I do it for Doug Fireball. I do it for Jackson Kelly, and I do it for Ann. But then right at that point, a plumber came over. He's knocking on the door. So I'm listening to the phone, listening to her phone call, talking to the plumber at the same time, trying to get everything written down on Facebook. It was funny. But
yeah.
she is amazing.
We need people that uplift us and that just keep us motivated, keep us going. So
exactly. And when you go down that path, when you start hanging all people, like that's what I get here in the show with all the people that are here. I mean, I look over all the people here in the chat, and those are the kind of people that I just want to be with. And Teri and Rosanne, your whole Angel Speakers group is like that as well. So everybody that you're there, you surround yourself with, they're just exuding this positive energy, and so you're just around good feeling stuff all the time. And it rubs off. It can't help not. Just through the process of osmosis, it comes.
It's just wonderful to feel that kind of energy. I have that in my group as well. We have a lot of members there that really are active and participate, like Teri does in Angel Speakers, and it's just beautiful. And we do feed off of each other's energy. There's no question to me.
Oh yeah.
What is your group?
Earth Angels of Light.
Earth Angel. Okay. Am I in that group? Did you put me into that group?
You are. I did. I added you.
Okay, I'll have to make sure I check it out a little bit more then as well.
Even Len Mooney is there too. He posts his videos there every day, and you're welcome to do the same.
Okay, I'll do that. Yeah, I don't want to spam people with too much with all my videos because I can get a little out of hand with my videos. I'm every day or every.
It is important, especially on Facebook, that we do that we find the positives on there. I have this little app on mine that I don't even see the news feeds anymore. How it shows up on the right hand. I got so tired of seeing all the negative, so I found this little app, and it got rid of all that. So now everything I have on my Facebook is positives. And I very rarely even go to my timeline. I stay in my groups. I do the projects that I'm working on, and that's it. I don't look at all the negative.
I do not see it. I swear to God, I do not see any of it. It doesn't even come to me anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't even put an app. I didn't even try to stop it. I think my protective shield just repels it. It's like a big shield up there of positiveness, keeping all those things away.
I agree with that. I do, because I find myself that the more energies that I work with and the more positive and in gratitude and all that I am, it's like they shielded from me automatically. It's not even on my radar anymore.
Exactly. Yeah. Every so often I'll hear somebody mention about, all the negative stuff on Facebook, and I'll say, what? I thought that stuff was gone. It's been gone I haven't seen it in a real long time.
Right.
Don't even see that stuff anymore. So it's so cool. I love being. Hey, speaking. Let's. I just want to talk a little bit about tonight. I know, Rosanne, you're not part of this whole Paul's Happiness Angels.
No,
but Teri, can you tell us a little bit about that again tonight, this evening?
Sure. Tonight at 10 o'clock Eastern Time will be our first show of Paul's Happiness Angels, and what happened, it was the radio show that I do on Angel Speakers Blog Talk Radio. My co-host Teri and I were doing a Mama T show, and then we met Debbie Garcia, who just brought in a whole different energy to the group, and all we did was laugh. I mean, we just laughed. We raised the vibration, but in raising the vibration, we were also helping people that needed to hear that and that needed some positive in their life, I guess. So it just kind of evolved, and spontaneously it came out, that we were the happiness angels. And so we decided to go like with the theme of the old TV show Charlie's Angels.
Right.
And we said, okay, who can we get for a Charlie? Yeah. Who can we get for a Charlie? So we wanted somebody that would, be a powerful influence, but not really there. I mean, just kind of like Charlie on the show. He's there, but he's not there all the time. So we went with Paul Santisi, and he jumped right on it. He's like, yes, of course I'll do that. So he recorded our intro. You'll hear that tonight when you tune in. The whole first part is him talking and introducing us. And the theme from Charlie's Angels will be playing in the background while he's doing this. So it's going to just roll with that whole idea of, the angels. So, yeah, we're excited about it. We want to have something that people can relate to, that we tell our stories. We're real, we tell our stories and then just laugh at ourselves. We laugh at situations. But then when there's something that's deep that we need to deal with, we use that energy to project and to help us to raise the vibration of the person that's calling in.
Yeah, and so that comes on. It's 7 o'clock or 10 o'clock Pacific or Eastern time tonight. So
Eastern. Yes.
Okay, and how do they find that then?
Blog Talk Radio /Angel Speakers.
Okay.
And of course, I'll be posting it out, the PRs, all day today, so people can just click on that.
So I'm going to put that in. So blogtalkradio.com.
And then a /Angel Speakers. And there's also a call-in number that they can call, and if they want to talk to us, they just press the 1 on their phone after they connect. So if you want, I can type that number in, Bob.
Yeah, type that number in there, please. And then send it to me as well today, so then I'll put that out inside the video when I put this video up for this show. And in the meantime, Rosanne, so tell us, what is the second book that you guys are going to be working on? You said you haven't had much time to work on it, but what is it going to be? Is it going to be an extension from the Time Heals?
It is an extension. It's called Time Forgives.
Time Forgives.
And, yeah, it's just all about being able to, learning about forgiveness, because people get so wrapped up in things that were done to them and they just can't seem to release it, and that it makes you ill, physically ill in your body if you can't release that. So, excuse me, we're working on something called the Forgiveness Factor. We've written a few chapters already. We just need to fine-tune them a little bit and then find time to get together and get the rest written. We've got the chapter titles in place, and we're doing all right. It's just that it's been very busy for both of us the past couple of weeks, especially. But it really is just all about finding that place of forgiveness, and it's not about the other person. Forgiveness really never is. It's just about it's about releasing yourself from holding on to this energy and this illness, and just finally getting rid of it.
Now, are you thinking? I mean, I do know. I realize what you're saying. Even if there's somebody that you're angry with, you release that to help yourself. But what about just releasing yourself from yourself? About no longer feeling guilty or something that you have within you. Does it cover that as well? Like forgiving yourself?
Yes, absolutely. And it's a personal choice to feel what you feel. You can live with that and experience that energy and that darker vibrational energy, or finally just forgive it and release it and move on and let it go.
Right. Why would somebody want to hold on to that? Is it like a comfort zone or something?
You know what? It's just it's so deeply rooted in anger at this thing that was done to them.
What about yourself though? If you're holding on like your own, you're not forgiving yourself for something. Maybe you wanted to be better in life or something, but so what? You say I should be better. I should be at a different place in my life.
Well, I think that some of what we've written and put together, it goes into all of that as well. Self-forgiveness is a big thing.
Yeah.
If we may not be on path and doing the things that we should do, and we may look back in 10 years and say, wow, why did I make that decision, or why did I choose that? But if you can't forgive yourself, and love yourself into forgiveness, then all it's going to do is just make you sick and hold you back.
Yeah, and I think also, Bob, the reason we think that we can't forgive ourselves is we think we're not worthy of that forgiveness. And we have to find that sense of deserving to have the good things and to have a good life and to be happy. And that's one of the chakras that we really work on, is that solar plexus chakra, and helping people to find that sense of self-worth, and that we do deserve it. We deserve to be happy. And to be happy, we have to forgive ourselves, and we have to forgive others.
It's all tied together, huh?
It is. And it's surprising, really, how many people just can't forgive themselves for some things they've done, and really have to find that place and that peace within to get past it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because once that plaque's out of the way, then they can move on and do things.
Exactly.
Huh?
Absolutely.
That's the goal.
So you're writing a book about that. So is there any other steps to help people? I mean, because you probably described the steps inside of the book, but is there a process? Is that a healing? How do people release that?
Well, that's what the whole idea is, and what happened is, that was inspired, that this is how we do it. And there's going to be a whole process of visualizing whatever it is you're forgiving. And then there's a tradition that we're bringing into this factor called Ho'oponopono.
Oh, I love that.
Say that 3 times. And that's what we're using. And they do total forgiveness of whatever it is that they're visualizing, that they no longer want to hold on to, they no longer want or need in their life. And just let it go. Just let it go totally. And we'll be involving the inner child in the whole process of working the inner child into play, and making that inner child feel important, and that they're worthy and needed in the whole process of the release. So it's a beautiful process, and I can't wait to get it finished and get it out there, because it's going to help so many people.
I've done a lot of Ho'oponopono. It's a hard word. It's a Ho'oponopono work. Ho'oponopono. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you.
Exactly. You're good with it. Yay.
And we've actually worked with a couple of people to begin, working on them with this forgiveness process, and the stuff that just comes out. And they don't have to tell us, in this, what it is that they're forgiving or who it is. We don't ask any of that. We just ask them to keep that in mind and to do the release work on it. And to see, you can just physically almost see this energy lifting out of them. Wow. And then, of course, a lot of them break into tears and get extremely emotional once the release is done. It's just beautiful, really lovely.
Amazing, yeah, it's a Hawaiian process, and very ancient.
Hawaiian prayer, yeah.
Yeah, there's videos. There's actually video. You go on YouTube, you can actually see videos of it and stuff as well. And it's been around for I don't even know exactly when, but it's just one of those ancient teachings, and it's so easy. It's simplicity. Some of the greatest things are just simple, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Yes, they are. And it's really just getting yourself to the point where you realize that you need to release it so that you can honor those feelings. And a lot of it does have to do with the inner child, because these are things that may go back to things, when it happened to you as a kid.
Exactly.
So you have to kind of honor the feelings that you had as that child, and then love yourself through it. It's really all about self-love.
It really is. Teri, you sent me something the other day. I forget what the lady's name was. Pam something or other. Pam, what was?
Route. Yes.
Yeah. And I actually watched some of her video thing, and she uses an example of just about, she'll get like kids in kindergarten or first grade, and they'll say, okay, who's an actress, and all raise their hand. Who's an actor? Who's a writer? And who's an artist? Everybody raises their hand. They're all excited when they're kids. Everybody could be everything. And then later on, maybe in 5th grade, they'll ask the same amount of kids, who's this? And maybe only like half of the hands will go up. And then when they're like in high school, they'll ask, and like maybe 2 or 3 hands will go up. At some point, we learn to stop being creative. At some point, we stopped to learn how to use our imagination, because we took an aptitude test or somebody said we can't, and so we stopped. We stopped doing the things that we know we really wanted to do.
Yes, exactly. We did.
I'm sorry.
When we first are born into this body, we still remember that we're spirit. You know, we still have that recent memory of what it's like to be spirit. But then life happens. We start getting molded. Yeah. Pretty much is what happens by our environment and by the people that are around us.
Somebody convinced us that we believe that.
Rosanne?
It's most definitely that, and also the people that parented us, what their visions and goals were for our lives. And no, you have to be a lawyer and you've got to be a doctor. And so in our effort to mold ourselves into this person, we, transform into, that, and then our own vision just kind of goes to the wayside. And it's wonderful when people actually tap into and say, well, what is it I really want?
Right.
What do I really want to do?
Yeah, and her book is so good, Bob, the one that I see, the E Squared. And one of the exercises she has you do is to choose like the color of a car and then look for that and see, just pay attention to how many of those colors you see. And it just really brings home the fact that where our intention is, our attention goes. So, that just follows throughout life. Whatever we are going to put our attention on, whatever we think is important to us, that's going to be drawn to us because we're going to be aware and see what we're looking for.
Exactly. That's a little reticular activating system inside of our brain. When we see something, when we practice something, we see it all the time. Like if I just see a word, if I see a poster that says gratitude on it, I'm looking at it, I'm copying it, I'm saving it, I'm sharing it. It's just because I'm there, and it's just like, you just pick up on that kind of stuff.
You're just tuned into it, exactly.
Exactly. It's so much fun. Anything like health, like I see people drinking green drinks or healthy things I want to see what are they drinking. It's because that's what, like you said, that's where our intention goes, and so our mind is right there as well. So it's so cool when you do it. Same thing with you hanging around with awesome people like you ladies here. It's like I want to be around people like that are just sharing cool things or just like helping people become better in life. That's why we don't see the negative stuff anymore.
Exactly, and that was one of the reasons why I started my radio show. I wanted to put the positive out there because there's so much negative. And I wanted to give people something positive that they could tune into, they could learn from. I try to have a variety of guests that just talk about everything and that we can learn from them, but also to have our vibration lifted because that's so important.
That is so cool. So when when do you think that book is going to be? Well, first of all, I should read the Time Heals book, shouldn't I? Because I haven't even read that one yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I read your book. I read your book. I love it. Hugs Love. I love that's where you got the term Happy Hunter from.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, a lot of people can read that the Time Heals book in a day, Bob.
Really? Okay.
It's a very quick read. It flows beautifully.
Okay, I'll order it.
And it's a good reference book also about the angels and the healers and the masters and all that, but just to know about their energies and to connect with it.
Okay, I'll order it then.
And I don't know that we have a timeline yet on when Time Forgives will be done. I'd say we're probably about somewhere between a third and a half of the way. I don't know. We really have to get together and try to finish it up and make it a priority. And like I said, we've just been off in different directions working. And it'll happen. I'm hopeful at least by June, but I don't know. Maybe July.
Divine timing, whatever the angels say. It's like what happened with Time Heals. It was like we knew we had to do it, or they told us to do it, and within a month it was done. It's all divine timing. And the other thing with this new book, we're going to have one chapter dedicated to some of the people that have been involved in Time Heals are going to jump in and do like a little guest author chapter.
Okay.
One
cool.
chapter that they're all going to write in. So,
that's really cool.
We're excited about that too.
Yes, definitely.
It gets people. It's so cool when you get people involved like that. When you get other people, it's not like, okay, this is just me and my book. It's like, well, it's a combination. That's what those the groups that you ladies have. You're involving everybody, and it's so cool to do that. Community connection.
And the energies have been so intense lately, Bob. Oh, I'm sorry. The energies have been so intense lately, and that people are just more and more waking up each day, beginning to realize that they need to make a change, or that they want to do a certain thing, or they want to be healers, or whatever it is, and they're connecting more. And I can see just in the groups, people literally just kind of coming out from under the covers, if you will, and waking up, and it's just so awesome. And that's what we work to do, to help them to spiritually grow when they need it. And we're all on, a little bit of different levels, if you will, but I think that's done, by design, so that we can help each other grow into, into whatever it is to be. Yeah.
If we're all climbing up a big mountain and everybody's in one big bunch, we'd all probably bang into each other. We'd probably all fall off the mountain, wouldn't we?
Yeah,
that's right.
We need somebody
pushing us, Bob.
We need somebody who can reach down and pull us up. It's like an old school teacher once told me. He said, "Son, you're gonna need all the help you can get." And I've been looking for help ever since that day. And but the cool thing about it's all over the place. I mean, help is everywhere. And as long as you give help, as long as you help others, it's not like you're a taker. But when you look for ways to give to somebody else,
and that's what we do. We do that a lot. We give of ourselves a lot because we receive also from that. And being selfish with one's time or energy doesn't really serve anyone. And we really are all here to serve in one form or another.
Exactly. I love it. I just love that. So before we run out of time, tell us how can people get a hold of you ladies here, the best way?
Go ahead, Teri.
Okay, you can reach me at angelspeakers.com. You can email me at terry@angelspeakers.com, or always find me online on Facebook. For some reason, I'm always there. And the group there is Angel Speakers. Rosanne?
And for me, my website is angelicinsightswithrosanne.com, or Rosanne Lombardo Heaton on Facebook, or one of my groups is Earth Angels of Light. You can get me there.
Awesome. Okay, give me. I'm going to type your website in there one more time. What was that again?
It's www.angelicinsightswithrosanne.com. And on there is a link to my Facebook group. If they just press on the Facebook icon, it'll take them right to the group.
Oh, I didn't. I think I put a space over there. But they can find that.
It's angelic. That's okay. I can try and fix it or add it from here. Angelic.
See if it'll type in for you. See if you can do it, because you can type faster than me. I'm a one-finger typer, so I go real slow.
I don't know. We'll try. I'm trying to put it there now.
Well, she's typing that.
Good, you got it. You got it in there. You got that.
Okay.
Cool. Awesome.
Can I read something just to close out my part of it?
What's that, Terry?
I'd like to read something to close out my part. And then
sure, please.
This is called My Intention for Today. I intend that everything needing to be known is known here today. That all my words are clear, precise, uplifting, helpful, and fun. That each and every one of us here is guided, guarded, and protected throughout this entire experience. And that everything we say and do here today serves the highest and best good of the universe, ourselves, and everyone everywhere. And so be it, and so it is. And I read that every morning. I just love it.
That's beautiful.
Very nice. I love it.
I love you all.
I love you all too. Now, before Rosanne, do you want to say anything in closing? Then I have a little announcement to make.
No. Go right ahead, please.
Okay, on Thursdays we've had one lady who's been coming on the show ever since since we began. Priscilla McMillan. She is the passionate, powerful princess of prayer, the Pastor P. Tomorrow is going to be her last show, her last regular show on here, because she doesn't have the time to be doing stuff in the daytime anymore. She might come back for some guest spots or something like that, but tomorrow is going to be her very last show here on the Practice Gratitude to Success show. So please, I would appreciate if everybody can come in tomorrow and give her a really big send up, because she's been such a big part of everything that we've done here. She's been amazing.
She's got some awesome energy.
Really has. Well, thank you so much, ladies. Thank you so much.
you, Bob.
And
Thanks, Bob.
you guys go and have a wonderful day. And Teri, we're going to see you later on tonight on Blog Talk Radio on Angel Speakers and find the Happiness Angels.
10 o'clock.
False Happiness Angels at 10 o'clock Eastern Time, 7 o'clock Pacific Time. Okay, guys. Thanks again. I love you. All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.